Is there any scenario where you would support sending U.S. forces to be on the...
Wait, did you catch that? We are literally one naval blockade away from a global total collapse. This 1.5-mile wide gap is the only thing keeping the world's economy from snapping in half. And now there's a $30 billion plan to bypass it entirely.
Ground in Iran, Leader Jeffries.
No, and in fact, candidate Trump suggested that under no circumstances should American servicemen and women be put into harm's way in this particular type of situation, particularly as it relates to another endless war in the Middle East. And we are deeply saddened right now by the loss of 6 brave and heroic servicemen and women who have already lost their lives, and will continue to pray for their families and their loved ones. But the American people deserve answers from the administration as to how we're going to actually move forward in a way that makes America safer, not more vulnerable.
Look at the sheer density of those ships. It's actually terrifying when you realize that almost 80% of China's energy flows through that tiny blue sliver on the map. It's called the Malacca Dilemma, and it's why everyone is so incredibly tense right now. If the U.S. Navy decided to park a fleet right there, China's entire grid could go dark in weeks. Think about that. One narrow strip of water holds the power to bankrupt a superpower. This isn't just about shipping lanes, it's about survival. That's why the new Suez project in Thailand isn't just a construction job, it's a massive middle finger to the current world order. You see those red zones? Those are the military choke points that keep world leaders up at night. Basically, the world is playing a high-stakes game of Tetris with oil tankers, and we're running out of room to move. It's wild how much we take for granted when we click Buy Now on an app.
We're going to blow the hell out of these people. This regime is in a death row now. It is going to be on its knees. It's going to fall. And when it falls, we're going to have peace like no other time. We're going to have prosperity unlike anyone could ever imagine. Peace brings prosperity. You can't do it by talking. The Democrats criticize this operation. They didn't do a damn thing. These men and women in the military should make us all proud.
Rip Boyle. Number 2, are you telling us you want the United Arab Emirates and the Saudis to lash out and strike Iran right now?
I want them to get in the fight. We sell them weapons. Iran is striking their country. They have good capability. About the Strait of Hormuz, what if the regime fell? Then you never had anybody in Iran in the future that wants to close the strait. What if you had Iran with people who don't want to build a nuclear weapon to kill us all? What if you had Iran in the future that doesn't support Hezbollah, Hamas, and the Houthis? That's where we're headed. Donald J. Trump is going to bring this terrorist regime down. We're going to have partners in Iran, and we're going to open up.
Now, check out this blueprint. This is the Kra Isthmus. Thailand is literally planning to saw itself in half to create a shortcut that bypasses Singapore entirely. We're talking about a 100-kilometer-long canal that would shave off 1,200 miles of travel. Imagine the scale of moving that much earth. It's like the Panama Canal, but on steroids and with much higher geopolitical stakes. If this happens, Singapore, which is currently the world's most successful parking lot for ships, could lose everything overnight. You can see why the money behind this is so controversial. China wants to fund it to escape the U.S. Navy's reach, but Thailand is stuck in the middle. Do they take the money and risk their sovereignty, or stay loyal to the old system? It's a $30 billion gamble that could redefine who runs the 21st century. Seriously, look at how clean that cut is on the map. It changes the entire geometry of the Indian Ocean.
Yeah, and the president had an interesting exchange on Air Force One over the weekend, Carol. I want to get your take about this idea of troops on the ground. Mothers out there are...
You've got to see the scale of the traffic here. It's like a permanent traffic jam of the world's largest metal objects. There are over 94,000 ships passing through this bottleneck every single year. That's one ship every 6 minutes, 24/7. But here's the crazy part. The strait is getting shallower and more crowded every year. We're reaching a point where the ships are literally too big for the ocean floor. When people talk about a new Suez, they aren't kidding. If one of these tankers runs aground, it's not just a delay, it's a global inflation bomb. We saw it happen in Egypt, and this is 10 times more critical. The level of coordination required to keep this moving is insane. It's basically a miracle we haven't seen a massive disaster here yet. Every time you see a map like this, just remember, your gas prices and your phone's delivery date are tied to this exact stretch of water. The world map is changing right in front of us. Hit follow to see what happens when they break ground.